Hi guys, this is a live recorded video. We're playing on Enlightened Horizon against our opponent here. They fixed the bug, which is nice, and they also buffed some of the Mongol upgrades, so Castle Age should be a lot more interesting now. Knights Templar. We're gonna play a lot of Knights Templar and Lancaster this season, I feel like. Though we haven't played any House of Lancaster yet, which is kinda crazy. So Knights Templar. Backmogoon. Backmogoon's a pretty good player, actually. If I remember right. Lost Ronin. I can't remember if this map now has like wolf on it or something. I think they have wolves on it now. So if he went 2TC, I kind of wish I had gone Dark Horse, but I can't tell if there's... I can't remember if there's stone spawn safe or not. Oh, and trade post is over here now? Oh, I gotta look at this map again. So that changes things quite a bit in terms of what is actually possible on this map. A little late on our wood here. It's the wolf den. Trade post is on this side now, which is nice. I didn't like the trade post in between the spawns. It just was like pointless to have a trade. Not very many sheep so far. I don't mind opening Mangadai here, even though Knight Templar has really strong wood economy, which means I can pump tons of archers. Okay, we'll get this capture point. Okay, get onto here. Capturing this is nice. This gives us basically a villager and a half of income, which is pretty big considering we're Mongols. Oh, let's capture this. Lots of deer on this map. It's a fast age up by him, 345, so that's a 12 villager age up. I'm pretty sure it's a 12 villager age up. Or maybe it's a 13. Okay, no, it's a 13 actually. That's what it is. Okay, let's go check it out. I think we forego. We forego that first villager to deny this. Okay, well into here. And now we got Mangadai, right? So we're chilling. Okay. Maybe we're not chilling. He's gonna capture this, but we're gonna deny this now. And then we decap really fast now, because we have 3 units compared to his 2. Yeah, he can't really contest this. He's gonna run out of gold here, so we're not too worried about him. We do have to fight this as soon as possible now, though. We're happy to messing up some of these guys now. We don't mind losing a con here, again, not a big deal. We do want to get our cavalry out on the base though. There we go. Okay, 2 more down, that's a big deal. Get these guys over. Yeah, it's a lot of archers, we don't want to fight this per se. Alright, well, he dipped out really quick. I can't remember what his rank was. I thought it was pretty good, but I can't remember exactly. I could have sworn I played him before, but maybe he's South Korean, 1600 elo. So yeah, he's pretty good. So the big thing on this map, okay, Wolf Den, just a second. Friendly spawns wolves up to max of 5. Grants 150 gold to the player who burns the den. Spawns additional wolves after being brought down to 70%, 30% health. Starts spawning wolves after 5 minutes. 60 health. So this is an interesting thing where you could potentially go Dark Age. Maybe Scouts. So I could see a Dark Age meta with the Wolf Den. Besides like barracks and stuff. So what did he have? He had this. He had villagers onto this. And so he basically went pilgrims. He went, I want to say greedy double pilgrim. And the idea was that he was going to spend him out chevaliers, right? He had a couple extra. He probably had 2 or 3 villagers on gold during age up, which let him pump out those first few ones, and then he was going to rely on the pilgrims. And then he made a bunch of archers here, but the big thing one was getting the blacksmith tech really helped. I think it might have been worth getting the iron undermesh because that would translate to our Keshik, but we didn't get that. This is nice though, just to deny this. The Keshik can come up here now. I could probably have him do that, go up there. 75 health is decent. But now this is the big thing, right? He's all archers. 12 archers against these 2 Keshik. We would have done okay, but the big thing is we have double stables now, and he's double ranges in a single stable, so we're in a really good spot, and we are trading now. So where's my trader? 43 gold? That's really shitty. So I would move this back to here. Maybe that gets us up to 50, and then full cross map trade would have been like, that looks like it's almost 80. That looks like an 80 gold trade from here to there. So, very interesting, very punishing map. If someone takes map control on you, this is very punishing because the sacred sites are so far away. So this is a map where Knights Templar could be very dominant and very oppressive, or it can be very blah. You know, because if you get knocked off of pilgrims, we basically traded. We gave him 1 pilgrim to deny this merchant camp, and we probably could have denied that first pilgrim. Actually, no, we don't do enough damage with the con to kill that pilgrim in time. But we definitely deny all of this. So interesting little game here. That gets us up to Conk, which we kind of figured was going to happen anyway. I'm curious about resources gathered. There we go. So we were ahead on resources gathered. And part of it was that we had this secured, right? For a little bit longer. Maybe he transitioned on to wood too late because his resources gathered graph should be way ahead of ours. Way ahead of ours. So, yeah, he fucked up somewhere along the way. And actually, part of it's probably the pilgrims, right? Because he invested so heavily in pilgrims, which is heavier on food than wood. Double pilgrim is kind of a wild opener because you're basically having your enemy. Well, okay, so let's say if I didn't have Mangadai and I'd opened Keshik, I still shut that down, right? 2 Keshik would have beat him up. He would have transitioned into Spearman, which I would have had a little bit more of an issue dealing with, but he would have been all melee. I would have gotten ranged Mangadai, so I would have gotten like a lot more free damage in. Yeah, and trading out all those Mangadai for those pilgrims. I don't know if it was worth or not, but I think it was because he gets gold in. That's military tax. Did he have any military tax? He had no military tax, so he's really wanting that gold for Chevys and stuff like that. I'm curious what his total resource count is right now. It's pretty low. We're way higher than him. Food count. So he had the food and stuff. So good player. I mean, he's using up all of his resources. All these villages idle on food. There's a ton of food on this map. Like a ton of food on this map. But they changed the okay, so before the patch, this I thought this had the deer a little bit more spread out to the sides, and now they're very, and maybe this is how the map's supposed to spawn. But it's very much in the middle now. Sacred sites are a little, we're supposed to spawn further apart, but I don't feel like they spawned that far apart, to be honest. And then there's a wolf den in front of the traders. Oh shit. What, so is he gonna kill he was gonna kill my trader here actually. This trader would have died. I watched it. Okay, so this is interesting. I kind of like that because this is an interesting concept, right? Trade has always been a thing. Pack wolf is 5. 2-1. So it's actually got better stats than a regular wolf, even though it looks the same. It would be nice if it got a little bit of a different look. Just, you know, just little eye candy or whatever. So these villagers, like after securing all this, we know we're in a pretty good spot. I wouldn't have figured out that my trade would have gone screwed till later. So with all of these villagers, honestly, a good transition right now would be to put these guys on like a deer pack or a boar. So probably over here. Probably go to this boar over here, and then we just start rallying to wood, and we set up like one more market over here, and we set up potentially like 2 more ranges. Because now our Keshik should win this. Should win these fights, right? Our Keshik should be winning, and we should be basically just like chilling, keeping pressure, keeping him penned in. So like, let's say if he went for like a longer game, or if he was like on 2TC and scaling, then we do that, and then we start dropping pastures here. The other option is to just transition into our own 2TC. Behind this could have been another option. So, but the big thing is the early game is like taking those fights and knowing that, yeah, he's got some archers, but we can kind of win those fights. If we're going to Mangadai, though they aren't great against archers, they do trade one Mangadai versus 2 archers, and your Mangadai can come out ahead against 2 archers. So, especially with once you get the military techs in. So it's it's not a great trade always to be trading out like that, but I don't know. We were in a good spot here because he was gold starved, so, and we kind of knew that was happening. So, okay. Well, that'll be a shorter one for today. And what time are we at? Oh, we're only at 18 minutes. All right. Well, we'll see if we can get one more in here. Okay, guys, we found our opponent here. We're gonna play on Himayama.
Good luck. Have fun.
Another Knights Templar. Everybody's playing Knights Templar. Okay, I still think we go Mangadai here. I do like it in this matchup, especially against pilgrims. I don't see him on this side, so it makes me think he went to the east or to the west and south. So So we're okay with picking all this up. He's got a front gold, which is good. Sacred sites spawn in two very different directions, so denying his pilgrims is going to be a little bit interesting here. Because we can't just deny like one and be happy with it. We're going to have to, like one direction, we're going to have to deny in two directions basically. Okay, he ran to the same side, which is fine. We'll beat him up here to this corner, which I think is good. He's got 3. We just got to save our movement speed arrow, basically, for when we beat up here. Stay on the outside of this gold path, so when we run into each other like this, he's not here, which means, and he didn't cut across this way, so I don't know what he's doing. So if he went like this, that means we can go like this. I think he went like this and he cut back this way directly. Dark Age Rush. Tower Rush. Was gonna be a Tower Rush. Villagers headed back now. We garrison here immediately. We'll get onto his woodline here. Still got those in the tower. Let's drop this real quick. I want you guys to build this up real quick. Got plenty of cav out right now. Okay, and he GG'd. So he tower rushed me and then he GG'd. So it'll be kind of interesting to see, kind of here. I think he's on pilgrims. He's not on gold and he's making chevaliers. Oh, he is on gold. He is heavy on gold. So this means no pilgrims. 3 here, okay. So we spotted this. If we had dropped this tower maybe up front, we did not, because I knew this was going to happen. Like when I saw this coming, I wanted to get the cutoff here so his units would have to run through, which might deter him and make him run all the way around. But it would be too far for my collecting. I should have just dropped it like up here. Yeah, just 2 more squares and just move my Gur here. This would have been the safer move. We did end up losing a villager here, which was kind of bad. We stopped paying attention for a second. Evil Blab. So we got like a ton of points for this guy, 40 points. And I don't know if he was like super high ranked or if it was just like because we're only Conk 1 on our ranked right now. That might be part of it. I'm not sure. Because plus 39 is kind of crazy. He's okay, so he's 1725 fucking elo. So he's very strong. He's a great player. But he got his last 2 wins were 0-minute games where his opponent left. And yeah, he's been playing mostly teams. He's probably a little bit out of practice is all it is. Because 1725 is a pretty good elo. So he's down 2 villagers here. He's getting onto a wood line. This wood line isn't terrible, but it's not great. This army would have kept chasing us here, and we would have been basically hitting over here, and we would have been chilling. His gold is safe, which is fine. We probably would have lost this Mangudai checking out his gold. But we're making Keshiks now. We got a double production Keshiks coming here then, and here, and we'd be in a pretty strong spot. 2 towers for the 8 villagers, which is really nice. Eco upgrades. We need to start getting eco upgrades now. So the specialized pick is huge when you've got 8 villagers on gold. I think it's a really big deal, even when you got like 6 or 7. So I really like getting specialized pick first, especially with our like very gold heavy units. Steel arrow and special. So we'd get specialized pick. We need to get specialized pick, and then we need to get steel arrow first. As much as I would like to get Keshik and stuff right now, we just make some horsemen, make villagers, and then we don't have the best of sheep halls. Yeah, we got 1 sheep left. But we got deer and boar over the way here, so it'd be a good time probably to take these villages over, and start rallying onto this food again. But this may have been a little bit premature from him, maybe not. 1 Chevalier, 2 Chevaliers, 3 Chevaliers, and they're getting +2, but they really should be +3. He just has to get in range, I guess. It's just bugged out. Maybe he quit right when they got in range. 14-2, 9-2, 125, 162. So 2 melee armor. So I mean, he definitely wipes us here, but this is a nice mass of units that we can fight him with, or we can harass him with, and so that's forcing a lot of play from him, and it's forcing him not be able to crank out a lot of archers here. He doesn't have any stragglers left, but he's got these 2 back woodlines. The big issue is both of his woodlines are back, and typically you'd say, oh yeah, both your woodlines are back. That's great, and in part it is, but with 2 con hunters mixed in, which I'm really happy that 2x my con hunters. They and with the Mangudai, basically you can rotate vision a target area for 30 seconds, right? And the cooldown on this thing is only like 45 seconds, I think. I believe so. So right now we're rotating out, but we got one that's got vision again, another one that's about to have vision, and another one's about to. So yeah, with 3 of them, you can basically keep permanent vision on a wood line. As long as you space out your hawks. So that's yeah. I mean, this was gonna get shut down basically. He couldn't really engage us. He couldn't get onto wood. We would just focus on that, and then the new units coming in would focus on it. So yeah, I could see why he taps out. It's a good move. Yeah, he'd have to get back onto wood. I mean, he's got gold, he's got food. I guess he could try to push out with Chevaliers, but Chevaliers against Mangudai is just like a losing battle, especially once I mix in Keshik. But this Dark Age Tower Rush from Dark Templar Brothers, I saw it. I think I saw Demo do it in an EGC matchup against. I think it was against Malians, which makes a little bit more sense against Malians. But against Mongols, I don't know. And he didn't make a couple of spears. He made 3, 4, 5. I could have sworn early on we saw our unit running around here. He must have taken him back to his base. Is there a spearman here? There is no spearman here. Or maybe it's a villager. He's pulling another villager to tower. Yeah, so he wants up to 6. He wants up to 7 military. Even more. This is 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 7 military. So minus the scouts, so 6 spearmen. This is 3, 4 and 5. So yeah, I mean that's just too many. It's just too many. I think for Templars. We lose 1 villager. It's not terrible, but he's got an and this is the strength you can see here of Dark Templars. As he ages up, while we age up, we lose a little bit of eco on the age up. You see this little flat bar right here. I wish you could zoom this map and really get a bigger difference on the resources here. But the big thing is after we age up, right, we get back onto income. A little bit of stall time here because we had to transition from 1 gold to another gold. And then, he ages up. His age up doesn't really affect him, but it cuts down villagers. And so we're now up 3 villagers. and he has to go heavy on wood to get value as Knights Templar basically in feudal with the build he's doing, and yeah, he gets pulled off of those that woodland just enough, lose a couple of villagers because you can see resources gathered, little dip here. Yeah, so this is when he first loses a villager. That's the first one that went build in, and this is the one on his wood line. That's another one on his wood line. So yeah, I don't know. I don't like the dark edge Knight Templar. I was gonna say the Dark Knight Templar rush. Um, yeah, I don't think the Dark Age Templar rush is very good. I think there's some benefits to it, like your age up isn't gonna cost you units or like villager income, but you lose 3 villagers, and you're not getting a benefit really out of your faster age up because your opponent's going to age up faster than you. And your spears. Now, here's the thing about spears, right? They're mostly food. They're, you know, food heavy, so it's not like you're getting a huge benefit from making a tower and whatnot, because your villagers are still going to be off food. And he's running out of sheep here, too. He's got some carcasses. Yeah, he's got a couple, but he's got 1 live sheep left. So do I, so Chevalier and 2 archers. That's the big thing. Chevaliers are great, and they'll buy him a lot of space here. But horsemen are showing up, and we just have 6 manga die. It's a lot of DPS, even if it's only 1 damage a pop, but it's not. It's gonna be 3 damage a pop, and we got the stuff for 4. So, and he doesn't have a blacksmith up yet. So yeah, this is a very very rough situation for him. It makes sense why he taps out, but I mean, it doesn't. I can't think of a reason or a matchup where I'd actually want to go Dark Age, Tower against someone that's Knights Templar. I just don't think. You don't have any eco bonuses for doing this really, and you play almost against your age up bonus that you get. Like you lose 3 villagers, but you age up relatively quickly. No villagers on it, so that's like your bonus is to do things in a quick manner without having to invest that lose that drop in resources. So kind of a funky game, but it is what it is. Plus 40 for that match. 1,700 players. So that's the one thing. Once you hit like higher levels, like climbing back up is really quickly. You get a lot of points to climb up. So, all right, well that's it for this video, guys. It's starting to get pretty long, and yeah, I'm gonna keep playing around. I gotta bump into House of Lancaster a few more times. I think the matchup as regular Mongols. I'd say you tower rush, but how do you tower rush short bows? So I still think even all cav against House of Lancaster isn't a terrible play. The big thing is I think once you hit feudal, you really want to drop rams, which you can't as all cav. But I think if you trade behind this, right, you're getting a big window for the manners to get set up. And I'm curious what the timing is on a 9-mana play or a 3-mana play and all that type of stuff. So the more I play and I see more opponents, their builds and stuff, the more I'll be able to kind of see whether like a 2 or 3 market situation is the idea. I do think against Lancaster, you always just want to go a default 2 market and open with 2 market. You don't even I don't think you even try to make units and try to raid because I don't think you can get great damage in really. Like maybe you can deny his like stone and his gold, but if he's got a great spawn, he drops the Lancaster castle on it. Like you're not doing anything or 2 of that. So yeah, I definitely think the right choice is like a trade, and then if he goes into like 6 manners or 9, then you're going into like to 4 to 6 markets, and like that's fine for you. Like your food eco might lag a little bit. Which is kind of shitty, but he'll be pretty huddled in his base, so I think it's pretty important that you gather like deer and stuff as soon as possible. So Anywho, that's a bit of a tangent. Thanks for watching, guys, and yeah, I'll see you guys on the next one.